Let's talk manure. Manure scoring is a useful tool to communicate with your nutritionist on ration, environmental, and management changes, as well as starting cattle conditions. Manure can tell you the type of nutrition and management that the cow or steer has been exposed to the last 2 to 3 days. It is a simple 1 through 5 scale, with a manure score of 5 being very firm. Here in this picture is an example of a 5 manure score. A manure score of 4 is less firm than 5 and indicates better quality roughage in the diet. The animal may or may not also be consuming some grain. A manure score of 3 is typically what we expect from cattle on a good growing ration. A manure score of 2 is the consistency of pudding and is typically seen from cattle on a hot finishing ration. A manure score of 1, being very fluid, indicates a problem. Oddly enough, the moisture content of manure does not change much because a manure score of 5 is formed by cows consuming a ration high in structural carbohydrates that hold water like a sponge, while an animal with a manure score of 2 is consuming a ration with very little structural carbohydrates but high in grains, such as a feedlot finishing ration. It is not true that protein content of the ration affects manure score. Let me say that again. It is not true that protein content of the ration affects manure score. Animals that are not able to sort feed should have manure that is the same color, consistency, and content, the 3 C's. If animals are able to sort, you'll have a manure scoring that could range from a 1 to a 5. Variation in feeding times will lower the manure score. You can tell that an animal is sorting feed when they push up the forage to one spot to allow the grain to fall to the bottom where they have better access to it. Bubbles in the manure are the result of ruminal bacteria not fully digesting the feed prior to passing out of the rumen and continuing to digest the feed when on the ground. Therefore, the animal is not able to capture all the nutrients of that feed, negatively affecting their feed efficiency. White caps is mucus that has dried on the manure, while gray manure is the result of grain being consumed too fast, too much, or is too quickly digested. Both are signs of acidosis and can lead to bloat and founder. Blood in the manure can be a symptom of coccidiosis, salmonellosis, T2 toxin, BVD, and winter dysentery. In conclusion, if you know what affects manure consistency, color, and content, you can diagnose problems such as sorting feed, variation in feeding times, too little effective fiber, diseases, and more. And you're also able to talk to your nutritionist and veterinarian with better information. Please refer this video on to your friends and colleagues, and thank you for watching.